themselves are a bunch of wicked accusers because they say I'm a Vatican killer and definitely Catholic. And you know my family, we're Protestant, famous Protestants from Texas. You married my wife and I. You're a Protestant, or or I'd say a Baptist. I'm not sure what you are, Tex. I just know you're not Catholic. What would you call yourself?
These guys are nuts.
Well, but I mean, my whole point is that it's insane. I mean, they say I'm all sorts of stuff. They say on the message boards I should be killed. They say I never cover this when I do. And I think they're very destructive. I don't believe the minions are government agents, but I think some of the leadership may actually be doing this to divide our movement and to discredit people because, they say that you are a Vatican assassin. I'm sure you know that now. They say that Texe Marrs works for the Vatican when for 20 years you've been writing about it and saying it's bad. They are such false accusers, but their minions can't ever admit they have been involved in false accusations and bearing false witness. It's just amazing, Tex.
Well, they get faceted on one little aspect. And that's why during this program, you and I mentioned that if you're a Christian, you need to oppose these things because this is a false theocracy, a false religion. So whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant or even a Jew or a Muslim, you should oppose the New World Order. Back to
But my whole point is, we know what it is. They're jealous that Texe Marrs works 15 hours a day. They're jealous that Alex Jones. See, we're successful because we're doing this for the right reason, trying to save our family, save this country, warn people. We bring others on, you bring others on, we build each other up. We're not in competition with each other. We're trying to fight the New World Order. But I found there's hundreds of groups. The people saying I cover up for Israel when I expose it. I just don't hate Jews, just like you don't.
Well, every once in a while I send you a letter. I get dozens. I'll send you my response back just so you'll sort of.
No, I've seen them. Yeah.
Well, and here's why. Here you are working your back end off, and I know how hard you work, and it's evidenced by the documentation you present on your show. And you put your life out there. Hey, they didn't go down to Waco and stick their finger in the face of a FBI agent who was trying to soft soap what happened at Waco like you did. I saw that on TV. Where are these people at? They didn't go with their bullhorn in New York behind Geraldo Rivera, who was calling y'all a bunch of wackos. But let me say something, Alex, and I hope we're still on the air now.
Yes.
I am convinced that if it had not been for the 9/11 Truth Movement and even the Alex Jones Show and all of the documentation and videos you put out, hey, we would have already had nuclear war. They had it on their agenda. They planned it.
I agree. And Tex, now we're on the edge of a whole new deal, and we're all busy fighting with each other. It's got to stop, folks. I'm genuine. Tex is genuine. You need to focus on fighting the New World Order. Here we go. Live. Final segment. Well, we've had him for almost 2.5 hours. We got to let him go. I just got to have Tex back in studio, hopefully in the near future. He's a very busy man. Let's go to your calls right now. Let's go to Daniel in Illinois. Daniel, your question for Texe Marrs.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know, how does black nobility tie into all of this? And Tex, if you could tell me who are like the top families in what you all talk about.
Okay, here we go. Thanks for the great question. Black nobility out of Genoa, out of Italy.
Yeah, the black nobility is based in Europe, and they're involved with the European Bank and the European Union putting it all together. So that is the black nobility. And I believe that extends also to those people that are pushing such things as the Da Vinci Code, and that chapel at René Le Chateau, and the devil god in there, and all that's involved with the black nobility. And of course, you have the Habsburg dynasty. They're still very big. Queen Elizabeth, all of the the British set are very much involved. And look what happened to Princess Diana when she became engaged to a Muslim there. She was most definitely assassinated. We know that. So that's the black nobility. As far as some of the other names, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds seem to be primary, and you'll see pictures of their estates and the various symbols and things in Mysterious Monuments, the whole section.
Got to go to the next call here. Got to move fast. Try to get everybody in. Let's go ahead and talk to Scott in Arizona. You're on the air. Thanks for holding, Scott.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a statement and a question real quick. My statement is that, as you were saying, that these people really believe in Satan, and the elitists really put their time into demon worship. And what I wanted to say is the Bible also says that we fight in principality and powers, not flesh and blood, and that this is not only an information war, but also a spiritual warfare that's going on behind the scenes, been going on for a long time. That's the statement I want to make. And the question I have is there any whistleblowers on the inside of these higher-up elitists?
Yeah, and they throw them out. I mean, you always hear about Rockefeller secretaries being shot or thrown out of windows. They're killing their people all the time. Tex?
Oh yeah, one of the younger Rothschilds was found suicided in a hotel room, and they say he hung himself with a necktie. So, so there we have Sinclair was also killed after he went to the Holy Land and began to shoot his mouth off too much. So this thing happens, and even here in the United States, the deputy director of the FBI, O'Neill, was found dead, and they claimed he was killed.
If you look at royalty and
Trade Center towers.
If you look at elitist and royalty, there's much higher statistics of being murdered, being drowned, dying suspiciously. They're always killing each other throughout history to cover stuff up. Steve in Colorado, you're on the air with Texe Marrs. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi there. I had two quick comments and a quick question.
We're not going to have time for all three. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the first one is, oftentimes you hear that the Muslims and the Christians worship the same God. Well, that's not true, and that's easily provable by the fact that Allah has no son. That's the first comment. The second one is that the God of Freemasonry, Pike, clearly declares in his book, Morals and Dogma, he says that Lucifer is God. Unfortunately, I don't know what page that is. Tex, you may. And the third thing is, Alex, you had mentioned that there was an article about Tony Blair flopping around on the ground, channeling the spirit of light. Where was that at?
Scores of them. We wrote articles about it on InfoWars like 5 years ago, 3 years ago. He goes to Aztec temples for rituals. He goes to temples all over. His wife is an admitted witch. Tex, you want to back that up? I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, yeah. Go to Google.com and put up Blair Occult New Age. Just use those words.
No, it says he gets on the ground. It takes him over, and he falls on the ground as he channels the spirit of light. Tex?
Oh yes, they have little pyramids in their home that they believe are holy objects. He and his wife, I think her name is Cheryl or Sherry, I can't remember which, Sherry Blair. But it's sort of a fun thing that the tabloids have a big joke about going, over in Great Britain. One time he went on a trip to Picchu in, was it Peru?
Yes.
And they bathed in the holy waters inside the cave.
And it said they howled and screamed.
Yeah, it's amazing what you... And, of course, that they do howling and screaming, laying naked in a coffin at the Skull and Bones. And George W. Bush and George Herbert Walker Bush did
let's cram one more in, and then I'm going to go into the break and say bye to Tex on air. And I'm sorry to be going through you guys so fast. I just want to get to all of you. Travis in Seattle, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Tex. I was wondering if these people actually think their names are in the Book of Life and they have nothing to lose, so they got to save their ancestors as such and try to win this battle with God when he comes back. Is that what they're planning? I mean, what do you think?
They believe they're reincarnated and they're going to rule with Lucifer. Tex?
I believe they do too, because 2 Thessalonians in the Bible says of the last days that these people will suffer under a strong delusion, so that they will not believe the truth. They're deluded by the devil. The wolves pulled over their eyes.
Tex, stay there. Stay there. Let me say bye to you right now. Here we go, folks. Behind the scenes, say bye to Tex. Take one more call, and that's it. We'll be right back.
We're on the march.
All right.
The Empire's on the run.
Let me go ahead and talk to Tex. Tex, we're just going to say bye.